So let us continue with linear algebra. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So Sanjeev asked a very good question in the last class. I was thinking about it a little more. So let us look at the column picture once more. So we have these two equations, 2x minus y is equal to 1 and x plus y is equal to 5. Okay. Please mute yourself, everybody. Only unmute yourself when you speak and please mute yourself again. Okay. So is there anything wrong if I multiply this equation by I cap? I cap is the unit vector in the x direction.
No, sir.
Okay. Similarly, is there anything wrong if I do this? J cap is the unit vector in the y direction. Okay, if I do these two, what do I get? And I add these two equations. Okay, I multiply these and add these two equations. I get 2I cap plus j cap into x plus minus I cap plus j cap into y is equal to I cap plus 5 j cap. Is there anything wrong with this?
No, sir.
Okay. So can I now, this is just a notation. I can use a different notation. Let us use a different notation. Okay. Can I write this as 2, 1 into x plus minus 1, 1 to y is equal to 1, 5. Is there anything wrong with it? Sanjeev?
No, sir.
So do you agree with what we wrote last time? Now,
Yes, sir.
is it better?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good question. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's move on to our next topic, which is Gaussian elimination. We had talked about in the previous class what was these three equations that you were trying to solve. Okay, if you remember, we have this equation and 4u minus 6v is equal to minus 2 and then minus 2u plus 7v plus 2w is equal to 9. Okay, so this is the, and we were trying to solve this using Gaussian elimination. Obviously you can, if you were to do this manually, you would do what we did last time, finding the pivots and so on and so forth. But if you were to try to solve this, or even for general bookkeeping, it would be easier if we convert this into a matrix notation. Okay, so we could write something like this: 2, 1, 1, and you would have equal to, but instead of that equal to, we'll forget about the equal to also, because we do all the operations, all the multiplications, subtractions, everything that we do is we do on both the left hand side and the right hand side. So we can keep this also in our inside our matrix. Okay, so 4 minus 6 0 minus 2 and minus 2 7 2 and 9. Okay, so this is your one way of representing these equations, and then you can apply all your whatever pivot calculations and all those things you can do, and you can do all the subtraction. If you want to subtract first row from the second row, multiply this first row by 2 and then subtract it from the second row, so on and so forth. You can do many things. Okay, you can use this notation. It makes for an easier bookkeeping. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Another thing that we have to worry about is pivots. Okay, your pivots cannot be what can
Zero.
pivot? 0. Okay,
Zero.
because yet we were dividing by the pivots. Okay, to get the right multiplying factor, we are dividing by the pivot, so the pivots cannot be 0. Okay, so you have to worry about that. So if your pivots do become 0 at certain points, then your elimination is going to break down. Okay, so there are two possible reasons for elimination breaking down. Okay, one is that your pivot has become 0. In both the cases, pivots are going to become 0. Okay, but your equations are non-singular. Okay, you still have a unique solution, but your equations are non-singular. We'll see an example of this in a moment. And then if we have a singular case, we'll definitely break down. Okay, so it may break down over here. If your equations are non-singular, there is a possibility that your pivot may become 0 and your Gaussian elimination may break down. Okay, but if the equations are singular, definitely your Gaussian elimination is going to break down, because you do not have sufficient, means you don't have a solution available. Okay, or you have infinite number of solutions. In both the cases, your this is going to break down, because you will see that your pivot becomes 0. Let us look at the example for the first case. Let me show that to you. Hold on a minute. Now let us look at this. An example for the first case. We have an equation u plus v plus w is equal to, let us forget about what is on the other side, u plus 2v plus 5w, okay, and 4u plus 6v plus 8w is equal to. Let us say that this is equal to A, B, and C. Okay. Or let us forget whatever it is. Okay. Let us say the equations are solvable. They are non-singular. Okay. So this is an example of a non-singular set of equations. Okay. Now, if you try to apply Gaussian elimination between these two equations. Okay, if you try to apply Gaussian elimination between these two equations, or you start with your first step, what is your pivot here? The pivot is going to be 1. Okay, and you find what will be your multiplying factor for this particular equation? What do you have to multiply? You have to multiply the first equation by
2
and subtract from this. Okay, so if I do that, I'll get an equation which will be, I multiply the first equation by 2 and subtract from this, I'll get 3. This 3w is equal to something. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay, and similarly for this we'll multiply by the first equation by 4, and I'm going to get 2v plus 4w is equal to something. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you come to this point and you try to find your pivot, you'll find pivot corresponding to the coefficient corresponding to v. What is that? What is that coefficient?
0.
0. So your pivot becomes 0. So now the procedure cannot move forward, but you can do something. You can do what? You can do what? Exchange these two equations. Okay, you can exchange these two equations. So now your set of equations becomes u plus v plus w is equal to something, and then 2v plus 4w is equal to something, and then finally 3w is equal to something. Okay, so now you have a, obviously your now pivot is 2. So you don't have to do anything here, because you don't have to worry about, because here your multiplying factor becomes what? What is your multiplying factor?
0.
Pivot is 2, but the coefficient corresponding to this is 0. So your multiplying factor becomes 0.
0.
Okay, so and you don't have to do anything. So this is your final set of equations, which is a triangular set of equations. So you can directly get your w from here, then you can substitute w here, and you'll get your v, and you can do substitution for v and w, and you'll get your answer here. Okay, so this is an example of a non-singular situation. Now, if you had a singular situation, let us look at example of a singular situation. What does it look like? You have u plus v plus w is equal to something, and then 2u plus 2v plus 5w is equal to something, and then 4u plus 4v plus 8w is equal to something. So what do you have in this case? Your pivot is 1. Okay. So after doing your elimination, what are you going to leave behind? You multiply by 2. The first equation will be multiplied by 2. You'll get 3w is equal to something. And then using from this equation, you'll get, we multiply by 4, you'll get 4w
For
is equal to
the
something. Okay. So you will not get a solution because there is no possible solution. Okay. So, your Gaussian elimination works in a manner where you are assuming that you have n equations, n variables, and you have n solutions, or one solution with n values. Okay, whatever way you want to think about it, one solution with n values. Okay, that is the only place where this works properly. Otherwise, if you have a situation here, well, how many solutions do you have?
So infinite.
No, depends
No
on what is the right hand side. If these two right hand sides are consistent, then infinite solutions. If these two right hand
Otherwise,
sides are not consistent, then
no solution.
zero solution.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. So in either case, it is a singular situation. Okay, infinite solutions or zero solutions, both are singular situations. So this cannot be cured. Okay, this is incurable, and this is curable. You can cure this by exchanging your order of equations. Now let us look at a little bit of computational aspects of this. So if you were to try to code this in your PC, how much time will it take? Okay, so let us define a couple of things. Let us call, so we require a division. Do we require a division somewhere? Is a division
Yes.
required? Yes, we require
Yes,
a
sir.
division. Okay, so we'll say one time unit is required for your division. Okay, and what about, and we also require a multiplication and subtraction. Okay, so let us call that whole combination as a multiplication subtraction step. Okay, so there is one step corresponding to that. So let us say that both of them are of equivalent complexity. Okay, so now what happens in this situation? How many division steps do we require for when we are trying to eliminate one variable from one equation? One variable, eliminate one variable from one equation. Okay, how many steps do we require? We require one division. Okay, we'll find the pivot, and corresponding to pivot we'll do a division and find out the multiplication factor. Okay, and then we'll do what?
One multiplication and subtraction.
We'll multiply. Let us look at only the left hand side right now. Okay, we are looking at the left hand side, not the right hand side. Okay, how many multiplications do we require?
One.
Nope.
So,
There are n terms in each.
Three.
No, so n multiplications we require, isn't
number
it?
of elements.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We require n multiplications and how many subtractions? Same.
And
So when we are calling multiplication subtraction as one step, so we'll have n, what? 1 plus n will be the total number of steps for removing one variable from one equation. Okay. So we have removed one variable from one equation. Now we need to remove what? In each of these steps. Sorry, I made one mistake. What is the mistake? Let me call this as n minus 1. Why do I call this as n minus 1? Because we don't need to calculate the first term. But although there are n terms in your equation, we do not need to calculate the first term. Why? Because the first term is going to be
0.
0. Okay, so you have 1 plus n minus 1. So you have, so for eliminating one variable from one equation, you have n total number of steps. Okay. So now in the first case, when you are going through your elimination for the first time, how many such eliminations? So you'll remove the first variable from all the equations, isn't it? And
Yes,
how
sir.
many such equations are there? How many such equations are there?
N
N equations are there, but we are not doing that to the first equation. Okay, we are not removing any variables from the first equation. So if we are removing, we are removing from how many equations? N minus
N
1.
minus 1.
Okay, so you are doing N into N minus 1. Okay, so for the first one. Okay, then the next time, what do you do?
Again one division.
Huh?
So again one division step to remove another.
Again, we do more but for something else. What is that something else?
N minus 1
N minus 1 into
N minus
N minus 2.
N minus 2. Okay, and you keep going until
1.
1. Okay, so this is another way of writing this whole thing is going to be it will actually be okay. So let me before I do this, let me do it a little bit differently, because then the calculation becomes a little difficult. So the first step required n squared minus n. Is that all right? It is n into n minus 1.
Yes.
Okay, now the calculation will become a little easier. So it is going to be n squared plus n minus 1 squared plus so on and so forth until 1 minus n plus n minus 1 until 1. Okay, I've done the same thing, but I've written it a little bit differently. That makes my life easier. Do you know the sum of this series? Forget about that. Let us first see what if you know the sum of this series.
So n into n plus 1 by 2.
Plus 1 into n over 2.
2.
Good. What about this side?
So 1 plus x.
Okay, let us try doing it. You want to do it? But it is no use. Okay. Anyway, not a bad thing to remind the tricks of mathematicians. So k minus 1 cube is what? Let us say we are choosing any arbitrary k within that series. Okay, we have a series of numbers from 0 to n squared. What is k minus 1 cube? It is k cube
minus 1 cube
3k square plus 3k minus 1.
Minus 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you see anything that might help you?
Commonly. Okay.
So you have k cube minus k minus 1 cube is equal to 3k square minus 3k
plus 1.
Is that all right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So on both sides, let us say I do sigma of k is equal to 1 to n. Okay. On this side also, I do a sigma of k is equal to 1 to n. Okay. So this is what I want. Okay. Let us forget this for now. Let us look at the left hand side. What is the left hand side? So the last term in this series is going to be what? It is going to be 1 squared minus 0 squared. Sorry, 1 cube minus 0 cube.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what will be the term before that? 2 cube minus 1 cube
minus 1 cube
up till n cube minus
n minus 1 cube.
N minus 1 cube. So this cancels with this cancels with this, and this cancels with this. Okay, so what do you get on the left hand side?
N cube.
N cube.
Okay, so the left hand side is n cube is equal to 3. This is what we want. We want a sum of this is the sum that we want, isn't it?
Yes,
the sum of all the squares.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 3s minus
3
minus 3 into n
into n plus 1 by 2.
1 by 2, and this is
plus n
plus n. Okay, so s is equal to n cube
factorial n हो गया.
हम बाद में मिलेंगे, ठीक है? ओके, कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट इमरजेंसी है। ओके, बाय।
ठीक है।
Let us continue. S is the sum of what? All the squares from 1 to n squared. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so what will be S? N cube minus
3.
let me do it, 2n cube minus 3n squared minus, oh sorry, plus, it will be plus because it will go on the other side, and plus 3n, and this will become minus n. Is that okay? Okay, so S comes out to be how much? We can, this is so we'll have, this is 2, is this 2, is that correct? Look, I can get rid of this and remain with 2. I made a mistake somewhere. What is the mistake? Oh, this will be 2n. Yeah. So this is plus, because there is a numerator in the denominator, there is a 2. So this will also become 2n. So we'll have plus 3n minus 2n. Okay. So let me use the upward direction. So S is equal to what? N common 2n squared plus 3n plus 1. Is that okay?
6. Yes, sir.
So what are the factors of this? So S is equal to n over 6. What are the factors?
So it's 2n plus 2n
2n plus 1
2.
and n plus 1.
1 plus.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
is that all right?
Yes, sir.
So you were trying to, in the previous discussion that we were holding, so this comes out to be n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1.
1 plus 1
That's right.
by 6. 6.
Okay, so if I were to take n into n plus 1 by 2 common, what will I get here?
1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 plus 1 by
So I will get,
1.
so if I do the subtraction, let me stay on the same page. If I do the subtraction, what will I get? N into n plus 1 by 2 common, we get divided by 3.
1 plus
2n plus 1 minus 3.
minus 3. Yes, sir.
So we'll have n into n plus 1 into n minus 1 into 2 divided by 2 times 3. So we finally get, what is this?
N square minus 1.
N square minus 1.
So this minus this over 3. Okay. So I'll not go into the details of the right side, so it's not really that important, because if you do the right side calculation, so calculation, and also your back substitution, do everything, you'll get something like, which will be equal to n squared. Okay, the total number of calculations becomes what? What will be a total number of calculations? It will be n cube minus
N cube
n over
minus
3
1
plus
3.
n squared. If n is large, this will tend to what? N cube by 3. Okay, everything else will be neglected, can be neglected. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
So you have approximately of the order of n cubed calculations to complete Gauss elimination and backward substitution. Okay, forward elimination and backward substitution. Okay, let us move on. That is a computation, the computational aspect of this particular calculation. Let us try to go into the core of this particular chapter, which is matrices. Okay, so how do I represent this in matrix form, this particular set of equations? So we can write this, I don't know whether I have written it this previously or not. So we can write this as 2, 1, 1, okay, and 4, -6, 0, and -2, 7, 2, okay, and u v w
W.
is equal to
5 minus
5
2.
minus
5
2, 9.
minus 2, and
9.
is that all right? So
Yes,
this is your matrix A. Okay, this is the coefficient matrix. It's called as the coefficient matrix. Okay, and this is your all the variables x. Okay, so this is the unknown, and this is your the right hand side. Okay, so the right hand side, let us call this as B. Okay, so finally we have an equation like this, a matrix equation, Ax is equal to B. So what is the easiest way to solve this? It's not the easiest me in the sense of computation, but easiest as far as algebra is concerned. What is the easiest way of solving this? We want to find out x. How do I do that?
inverse, A inverse.
So you already might have heard of inverse. So we can multiply both sides by A inverse. Okay, A inverse A into x is equal to A inverse B. Okay, and we know by definition that A inverse A is equal to identity. And the definition of identity, this is identity. Okay, and the definition of identity matrix is that I into any matrix B is equal to B, or B into I is equal to.
B.
Okay,
Yes.
so what is this going to be? Left hand side is going to become x is equal to A inverse.
Inverse B.
Okay, but the problem is algebraically this is pretty straightforward, but reality is that to calculate this is really computationally intensive, and we really do not want to do that. Okay, so we come up with millions of different ways of trying to solve this equation without having to calculate this inverse. Okay, so that is, you can think of this, the goal of this particular course as trying to solve this equation without calculating the inverse. Okay, you can think of it this way. Okay, one of the major goals of this course is to do this equation without calculating the inverse, Okay, so let me, is there a way to copy this? Let me see if I can copy this. Yes, oh, I can move it. Is there any copy here? No. No. No edit button here. Can you see copy anywhere? Insert, draw, history, preview. Anyway, here I have a copy, and let me see if, yeah, copy. Paste. Okay. So we have this equation Ax is equal to b. Now I'm trying to solve this. So how did we apply our Gaussian elimination? We can do the same thing over here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
What is the first step in the Gaussian elimination?
Finding the pivot.
Finding the pivot. Okay, so the pivot here is 2.
2.
Okay, so this 2 is your pivot. Now you'll find the multiplication factor. What is the multiplication factor that you'll find corresponding to this equation? You have a multiplication factor.
2.
What is that multiplication factor?
2.
2. Okay, so let us call that multiplication factor as L21. So 2 stands for the second equation,
First.
and the multiplication factor corresponding to the first equation, which has to be subtracted from the second equation. So that is L21. Okay, so L21 in this case is equal to 2. Okay, so that is the definition of L21. And I want to subtract this from this particular equation. Now let us look at any arbitrary case. Okay, the arbitrary case is, let us move on to the next page and then do that. Okay, so let us look at this particular situation. Let us say our A is equal to A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Okay, so you have these 9 elements in your matrix A. And let us say I define a new matrix called E. Okay, so I'm defining a new matrix. Let me erase this. So this is my matrix A. I'm defining a new matrix E. Okay, you all might have seen identity matrix. Okay, identity matrix looks something like, for a 3 by 3 identity matrix looks like 1,
Diagonal.
1, all diagonals are ones, and all other
Rest are
elements
0.
are zeros.
0.
Okay, so this is your identity matrix. We'll start with identity matrix. We'll not write down the zeros, but we'll only write down whatever is your non-zero elements. Okay, so the non-zero elements are like this. Okay, and I want to subtract L21 from so L21 times this equation. I have to subtract from this equation. Okay, that is my goal. So let me do this. Okay, if I put minus L21 over here, so L21 was your multiplication factor, and you have to subtract that. You subtract the first equation from the second equation. There is somebody who is making a lot of noise. Mute yourself unless you're speaking. So we have, I'll give you a hint. You can press the space bar. Okay, if you want to temporarily speak, you can keep space bar pressed, and you don't have to press the mute and unmute button again and again. Okay, so that will make my and your life easier. So please do not unmute yourself by using the mute button or unmute button. Instead, press the space bar for as long as you are speaking. Okay, and as soon as you remove your hand from the space bar, you will become muted automatically. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Try it.
Okay, sir.
Everybody try.
Yes,
Without pressing the unmute button. Okay, I can hear all 3 of you. Okay, thank you. So let us look at this multiplication. What is this going to do?
it will remove all the coefficients which are 0 and only the multiplication.
I made a small mistake, I think. I think it should be E times A instead of A times E. So let me do something. Let me erase this. And let me select this and move it here. Okay. So now let us look at this situation. What do we have here? So let us start our normal multiplication procedure. How do we multiply? We multiply first row, first column to find the first column. Okay, so what will that be? First row, first column, A11.
A11.
First row, second column, A12. Similarly, A13. Is that all right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let us look at the second. No, forget about the second row for now. Let us do the third row first. So it's easier. Third row, first column is A1.
One.
Okay, third row, second column is
A32.
A32. Second row, third column, sorry, third row, third column is A33. Now let us look at the second row, first column. You'll get A21 minus L21 into A11. Is that all right? You'll
Yes,
have
sir.
minus
Yes,
L21
sir.
to A11 plus A21. ठीक है ना? So, and similarly, you'll have A22 minus L21 into A12, and finally A23 minus L21 A13. So is this particular matrix doing what we wanted it to do? What did we want it to do?
Yes, sir. It is manipulating our
It is subtracting L1 times equation or row 1, sorry, L21 times row 1 from row 2. Is that all right? So this is, please understand, this is very important. The positioning is very important. Okay, so you want whichever row you want to get subtracted, you have to put it into that particular column, and the row will correspond to the row from which you want to subtract. So you want to subtract 1 from 2, so you will put this in row 2 and in column 1. Is that all right? ठीक है या नहीं?
Sir.
सही है.
Okay. So let us move back to our previous equation. So let us call that the matrix that we just did as matrix E. Okay, what is matrix E? Matrix E is equal to 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, and what? Minus
2.
what?
L21.
Okay. Okay. So now what is the next step? Let us call the matrix corresponding to that as F. What is the next step here? What do we do next?
Multiply it with A.
We have to eliminate the first element from row 3. Is that all right? ठीक है ना? Is that okay or no?
Yes, sir.
So yeah. So we want to get rid of this. How do I get rid of this? What will be my pivot? And pivot is 2. So what will be my multiplication factor?
-1.
-1, and I have to subtract -1 from this particular, from -1 times row 1 from row 3. Okay, so where will my element go? What will be my new multiplication factor? It will be L31.
F31.
Okay, and what will be L31? It will be
+1.
Okay, and we have to subtract L, so we put minus L31 over here. Okay, so minus L31 is going to be what?
1.
1. Okay,
Yes.
1, 1, 1, and all the other elements are 0. Okay, so these are the first 2 steps. What about the third step? What is the third step I need to do? The third step is we corresponding matrix is called as G. Okay, it is an identity. We start from the identity matrix and then add a particular element there. Okay, so what will be my third element that I need to add? What will be the
L22.
L22.
no L32? 2 में से 2 तो होता ही नहीं है ना. You only subtract from something else. Okay. So L22 means that you're subtracting 2 from 2. There is no use of that. Is that all right, Medha?
Yes, sir.
So what do we do next? In our Gaussian elimination, what was the next step? Next step was whatever we need to
Next
subtract
pivot.
the whatever multiplication for the second equation, multiplicand for the second equation, we subtract that from 3. Okay, that is how we remove the second variable. Is that all right? So
Yes,
we'll use L32. Is that okay or clear or no, Medha?
Yes, sir. So next we will find the pivot next. Na?
So next pivot is going to be what?
Mine.
So we have already subtracted 2 times this equation. Okay. So what do we have in this particular case?
-8.
We have -8 over here. What about this? We have added 1 to it. So this is +8. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, na? So I have added this equation to this. So that has given me 8.
8.
over here. Okay. And what has it done to this? I have subtracted 2 times this. Okay, so this has become 0 and this has become -8. So this is -8 and this is 8. So my pivot is going to be -8. So my multiplication factor is going to be what?
1.
Minus
No,
-1.
-1. Okay, and in which location will it go?
So it will
Going to
go in 3.
plus. We'll have a 1 here, not a -1 in 3, 2. Okay, and we'll have zeros over here. Is that okay? ठीक है या नहीं है?
yes, sir.
yes, sir.
सही है.
Okay. So we have done a lot of things over here. We have found out. So these are called as the elimination matrices. Okay. Or also called as elementary. I don't know why they're called elementary, because I think elementary has a different meaning than elimination. But anyway, they're called by both these names, elementary matrices or elimination matrices. So now let us look at our original equation. So our original equations were Ax is equal to B. Now, if I do what is my first step that I'm doing here? First step is E. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
First step is E. So I'll do E first on both sides. Okay. This should be identical as long as my E is not 0 or something like that. Okay. As long as that is not true, then I can multiply on both sides. Even if it is 0, you can multiply on both sides because it will give you the right answer. Anyway, so you can multiply on both sides. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So next you can multiply. Next you're going to do is multiply by A. Okay. That is the next step that you're doing to this particular result. Is that okay? You
Yes,
can
sir.
think of it as step
Yes, sir.
stepwise we are doing something. Okay. So the first step to do was we multiplied by E. This whole thing by E. So E did what? What did E do? E subtracted your some multiple of first row from the second row. Okay. What did F do? What did F do? F ने क्या किया?
It will subtract the
Subtract
third
first from
first,
Multiple-
third and
some
third from
multiple of
first.
first row from the
First
third
row
row.
from third row.
Okay, and finally some multiple of second row from the third row. That is what is G. Okay, so it is exactly identical to what we were just discussing. Okay, now let us call this particular matrix as a matrix U. Okay, should not be a problem. Okay, I can give any name to this matrix. Okay, and let us call this. What will this be now? Will this be a what will be the size of this particular matrix? Any idea?
3 by.
3 by
So yeah, 3
3
by
by
1.
3.
3 by
3 by 1.
3 by 1. Correct. So we have all of these are 3 by 3 matrices. So when you multiply all 3 of them, you are going to the final result is again going to be a 3 by 3. What is B? B is a 3 by
3
1.
cos.
So you're multiplying 3 by 3 by 3 by 1. So what will be your result?
3 cos 1.
3 by one matrix. Is that okay, Mehta? Or no?
सही है.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us call this as another vector C. Okay. So now we have a new set of equations which is identical, which will give identical results to the previous equation, which is ux is equal to C. Is that all right? Will it give the same solution or no? It will.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let me start a new page, or let me use the Zoom. So we have can you see it clearly or no right now?
It is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So we have ux is equal to C. Now I can define something. Okay. Now let us say that now let me go back to this point. Okay. Ux is equal to G F E into B. ठीक है, ये क्या हो गया भाई? Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I multiply by G inverse here and here, should it make any difference?
No, sir.
If I multiply by F inverse now, will it make any difference?
No, sir.
If I multiply by E inverse, will it make any difference? It will not. Okay. But if you look at this, what is it going to do to the right hand side? What will, after I do all these operations, what happens to the right hand side? What does this become?
Identity
I-
matrix.
Identity. When you multiply anything by identity, that is gone. So when you if you multiply I by F, you're going to, it is going to leave behind an F. So F inverse F is going to give you what?
Yes, sir. I.
Another identity. Okay, identity times E is going to give you E. So E inverse E is going to give you another
Identity matrix.
identity. Identity times your matrix B is going to give you
B.
B.
Okay, so you have a new relation. So if you look at this, what is this now? If you were to look at the left hand side, so let us call this matrix as L. Okay, matrix L is equal to E inverse, F inverse, and G inverse. Okay. So what about LU? What is that going to give you? What does multiplication of LU mean? What does LU give you? Remember the definition
Inverse.
of U. Definition of
So
U.
0.
No, it won't give you 0. Look at the definition of U.
A.
Definition of U. U is G F E times A. Okay, and I'm doing G inverse into G is going to give you identity. F inverse into F is going to give you identity. E inverse into E is going to give you identity. So what is LU going to give be?
A.
A. Okay, so when you multiply L and U matrix, you get back to A. Okay, so now what have we done here? Can you tell me mathematically what have we done here if you were to talk in terms of algebra by doing this G inverse? What have I done? I have essentially reversed the procedure of what G was doing. What was G doing? What was the matrix G doing to our original matrix A?
So eliminating.
Hmm?
So reducing one value and.
It was subtracting row, some multiple of row 2 from row 3. Okay, so what is G inverse doing now? It is adding back whatever multiplication factor of row 2 that I had subtracted, now it is doing that back. Okay, please understand that row 2 does not change during this operation. During the operation G, the only thing that changes is which row?
Third row.
Third row. The second row does not change. Okay, please understand that. So I can easily reverse that. Okay, by multiplying the factor and adding that to the third row, I'll get back my second row. Sorry, the third row back. Is that all right or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, instead of subtracting, now I add that particular factor back. Okay, what is F doing? F क्या कर रहा है?
Subtracting second from the
first.
So whatever we did subtraction previously, now it is adding that back. Okay, and what is E inverse doing? It is doing the same thing to the between first and second rows. Okay, so after doing all this, what do? We are constructing our A back. Okay, is that all right? So that is what is happening over here. So now your matrix can be decomposed into L and U. We already know the form of U. What will be the form of U? U किस form का होगा? Any
C
idea?
plus 3.
Yep.
Huh? What are we doing here? When we did all this, when we did G, F, E times A, what did it leave behind? What was the final answer? After doing G, F, E, A. So U is equal to G, F, E, A करने के बाद,
Triangular.
so we are getting a triangular matrix. Okay. And more specifically, we'll get an upper triangular matrix. That is the way we are going through this whole procedure. Let me see if I have already calculated it. We already did that in the previous class. Okay. We can find that directly from there. So it comes out to be -8, -2, and 1. Is that okay? And the reason we call this as U is because this type of matrices are called as upper triangular matrices. Okay, that is why we call this as U. Okay. Now let us look at what will be the value of L. Okay. Before we go into that, let me do a small derivation. Okay. Let us look at what. So, what does L look like, or E? What does E look like? E looks like identity plus somewhere we'll have a. Let us look at. It was L to 1. Is that all right? And everywhere else it is going to be what?
No.
So I plus everywhere else it is going to be a 0. Is that all right? Ayana?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Not L to 1, but minus L.
Minus L2.
It does not really matter. Yeah, but you're right. I just preempted you, Sanjeev. So let us look at F. What does F look like? I plus 0, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 0, minus L3, 1, 0, 0. Is that all right? So we know, means irrespective of where the location of this is, it is going to be somewhere other than what the location of this was. Is that okay?
Yes,
Irrespective of wherever it is going to be definitely away from this point. Okay, it will not be this point. Okay. So now, if you do an EF, okay, what does EF give you? Let us call this as X and let us call this as Y. So it gives you I plus X into I plus Y. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I multiply EF, now let us see what happens. So I times I is, the first term is going to be I squared, I into I. I into I is I. Okay. What about I into Y?
Y.
By
Plus Y. What about x into y?
X,
X.
X plus
XY.
xy. Now let us see what the value of xy is going to be for this particular configuration. Okay, every element is 0 except 1.
0.
Okay, and in this case also every element is 0 except 1. Now look at the first row. First row is going to be 0 everywhere. Okay, because first row, first column, first row, first column, first row, second column, whatever. So this is all 0. So your first row xy first row is going to be zeros. Okay, what about xy second row? Second row,
So 0.
first column 0. Second row, second column 0. Third column 0. What about third row?
0.
0, 0, 0.
0.
So we get a very beautiful property. What is the property? That EF is equal to I plus X plus Y. Okay. So in the previous case, we had GFE. Okay. So if I do that, what will I get? I plus X plus Y plus Z. Is that okay? You can do this at your own leisure. You can extend this to 3 points. So this is what you will finally get. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let us go back to where we were. Yeah, here we were. So let us look at. So what is EFG going to be now? What will be the value of EFG? Not EFG, sorry, GFE. Let us do GFE. What is the value of GFE? You'll obviously have your identity. Okay. And what will be the remaining values?
-2,
-2,
1, and 1.
1, and
1.
okay. So now, if you look at this, what are you seeing?
Lower triangular matrix.
We are seeing a lower triangular matrix, but that is not really L. L is the inverse of this. Okay. Now let us try to find out what would be the value of E inverse. E inverse की value क्या होगी? Okay, we have found out that GFE is equal to this. Okay. What will be E inverse? I just told you. What do we have to do? What is E doing? E क्या कर रहा है? What is E inverse going to be?
First,
What does E do? E subtracts a multiple of the first row from the second row.
row.
What should E inverse do? It should add a multiple of second row, sorry, first row from the second into the second row. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if you we don't even have to do the calculations. That is the beauty of this particular configuration. So what we have your triangular matrix, and we'll have instead of
+2.
minus L21 over here, we'll have plus L21. So what is plus L21 in this case?
+2.
2. Okay. So now let us try to verify whether E inverse is equal to E inverse into E is equal to identity. Can you do that? Let us do that. So your E inverse into E is equal to identity. Please prove that. So this is 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0 into 1, 0, 0, minus 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. What do you see? First row, first column.
1.
First row, second column. First row, second column, 0. First row, third column, 0. Second row, first column. 2 times 1 plus minus 2 times 1.
0.
So it will give you 0. Then first row, sorry, second row, second column, 1. Second row, third column, 0. Third row, first column, 0. Second column, 0. Is that all right? So we did not have to do the whole, if you know anything about inversion, and then you have to find out a determinant, and you have to take many steps are required. But in this particular case, for finding out the, if we understand what is happening in the particular matrix, and if we use that to our advantage, okay, we can write the inverse directly. Okay, so what was E matrix doing? E was subtracting minus 2 times, it was subtracting 2 times equation 1 from equation 2. Now what do? I add 2 times equation 1 from equation 2. Okay, so it should be an inverse of E. Okay, now let us go back. So what will be G inverse F inverse E inverse? What will this be? ये क्या होगा? It will be 1 0
1
0 2
2 1
0 minus 1
minus 1
minus 1 and
1.
1. Is that okay? ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
This is your matrix A. Okay, and now can anybody guess why is this called as L?
Lower triangle element.
Good. So this is lower triangle. Anybody has a question here? I know it was quite a lot to digest, but hopefully you were able to understand the steps and the logic behind this whole thing. Have you ever seen this LU decomposition before, earlier in your life?
सब पहले कन्वर्ट करने के लिए सॉल्व करने के लिए यूज करते थे, बट ये मेथड नहीं यूज किया था, मतलब उसमें
I know
माइनस
that
प्लस
you
करके.
might, but you might have heard of the term LU.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is LU decomposition, but this today we understood how this works. Okay, you can most matrices can be factored into these two components, L and U. Okay, and they'll give you various things. Now let us look an example. Okay, let us do a few examples for this, and then we'll stop. I know it is too much for too much to digest for today, but let us finish with a couple of examples, and then we'll stop for this particular. Sridhar, how is it going? Is it going okay?
Good.
Good?
Sir. Yes.
Okay, great. So let us see an example. A is equal to 1 2 3 8. Please find out L and U. One thing I forgot to mention over here is that if you look at one thing, which is U, where is U? Yeah, if you look at U, all the diagonal elements of these are what? Can you find a pattern there? All the diagonal elements of U, what are they?
Multiple of 2.
No,
नहीं, sorry, sir, minus.
they are your pivots. Okay, so all the diagonal elements are pivots. Can you see that? Okay. Let us go back to our example. What does it look? Let us start with finding out. So L is going to be of which form? L is going to be 1, 1 and 0. Is that okay? We don't know what this element is going to be. And U is going to be of which form? We'll have a 0 over here, and then we'll have to fill out these 3 elements. Okay. So now let us look at how do we start. So to find out what is your first pivot? What is first pivot? It's going to be 1. Okay. What about the first row does not change? Okay. The first row does not change. So what will be the second element of the first row here of U? क्या होगा?
So 2.
2.
Okay. Please remember, U is being composed from A by removing, by eliminating a variable at a time. Okay. So from the first row, we do not eliminate any elements. Okay. So the first row is going to stay as it was in A. Okay. What about now? What do we have to do to eliminate the first element 3 from this particular equation? What do we have to do?
Multiply with -3.
What will be my L to 1? What will that be?
3.
Huh?
-3.
It will be 3.
3.
Okay. So this will become, sorry,
-3.
hold on a minute. Not -3.
+3.
But it will be the same as this, because this is an inverse of what
Inverse.
of E, F, G. Okay, so this
Yes.
becomes 3.
3.
Okay, this will be 3 as it is. Okay, and what will this be now? इसकी value क्या हो जाएगी? We'll have to do the subtraction to find this out. What is that? So 3 times this is going to be 2. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Did you get it? Please
Sir.
understand that this is if you go back, where am I? No. Yeah. So if you look at this, you will see that the elements of L are the same as L21 or Lij. Okay, whatever, not minus Lij. Okay, the elements of E, G, F, and E, okay, or product of G, F, and E contain minus Lij's. Okay, but L contains positive values of whatever plus Lij's. Okay, whatever is your multiplication factor, whether it is positive or negative, it stays as it is in L. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is one example. Now let us try to do another example. Let us do. Let us say A is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 3. So now divide this into L and U. L. So U will be of what form? 0, 0, 0. Okay, and L will be of this form 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. So we have to find the first pivot. What is the first pivot? Pivot is 1. What will be the multiplication factor?
1.
1. So that multiplication factor will directly go in here. What about between these two? What will be the multiplication factor?
1.
Again 1. Okay, so 1 will go here. Now let us do the multiplication and subtraction. So after you do the subtraction, what does this row become? So what is the first pivot? Your first pivot is, oh, I made a mistake. This is the upper. Okay, so the first pivot is 1 and the first row comes as it is anyway. Okay, in your U. What about the second row? Now,
One.
what have you done? You have subtracted 1 times the first row from the second row. Okay, so this will leave behind a 0 and a 1
One.
and a
One.
1. Okay, so this is your second row now. So now, what about your third row? What is the third row now in interim? I'm writing the interim third row. Okay, this is not the row, third row of U, but what is the interim third row after doing this? After doing this operation, it is going to be 0,
0, 0, 1.
1, 2. This is the interim third row. Okay, once I have done this operation, okay, I have subtracted the first row from the third row. What do I leave behind?
0, 1, 2.
0, 1, 2. Okay,
Yes,
now what is the pivot in this case? Pivot is 1. What is the multiplication factor?
1.
Multiplication factor is going to be
1.
1. Okay, so multiplication factor is 1. So you subtract this from you subtract whatever is your new equation. Okay, 0, 1, 1
0, 1.
from this. What does it leave behind? 0, 0,
1.
1. Okay. So this is the LU decomposition of this particular matrix. Okay. So I'm tired. I think that is all for today. But if anybody has a question, I'll answer that. Otherwise, we'll stop.
Sir,
Yeah.
like we okay, somehow we are doing same, but like here in this matrix 1 1 1, like first column. So
Yeah.
from that I can know the pivot points directly, like so that I can fill in the U directly without doing all this. Can I?
How do you know that?
Like here I'm knowing the pivots, sir. Like anyhow you in that diagonal we will be having pivots only.
Yeah, but you get pivots after doing the subtraction, no? So the intermediate stage. So pivot. I think you're misunderstanding what a pivot is. So after doing the first operation, okay, it is 1 1 1. Okay, after subtracting this, you get 0 1 1, and after doing this subtraction, the second subtraction of this 0
1 2.
1 2. Okay, so what is your next pivot? Next pivot is this.
Yes, sir.
So how do you know that before doing the subtraction?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sorry. Now I got it.
Okay. Anyway, I'm very happy with your question. If you, that is the point of this class. Otherwise, you could watch the videos. I could just record them. That is very good. Anyway, any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll